This podcast contains scenes of violence, adult language, and, if we did our jobs right, disturbing subject matter. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Hello and welcome to the Stars Aren't Alright, an actual play Call of Cthulhu podcast. I will be your keeper for this evening. My name is Tom. I am not the normal person running the games. We are doing a fun little in-universe one-shot tonight to bridge the gap between Season 2 and our other content. I am joined today by wonderful guests of the show, fan favorites, stable characters. We have Brian, who will be playing tonight. We've got Leah. We have Karlyn, who has been a guest many a time, and a new guest, Jess.
Hello.
So, to get everybody started, let me ask this question. If you were a type of sporting activity, if your character were a type of sporting activity, what sporting activity would you be and why? And we will start with Karlyn.
Okay, my character's name is Gothar Stjöjenshit, and Gothar is just a really caring guy, and he's also really big and heavy and is really good at lifting big and heavy things.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he's just really sweet though. He's a nice guy. He's huge. Gothar, if he was a sport, he would probably be the sport of helping keep pesky elves complacent so that they don't curse you in your village and town.
When you say elves,
Yeah. This is a very
Here, let me bring Gothar up. Actually, I forgot he's actually super stealthy. Never mind. Let me bring Gothar up. He's here. Hi, everybody. My name is Gothar. I am excited to tell you about the elf lore that is on Nano Iceland. We have elves. We can't see them, but we have to give them nice offerings all the time to make sure that we don't see them. No one wants to see the elves.
Okay, thank you, Gothar. Going in a circle, we will go and do Brian. Brian.
hello, my name is Brian. You might recognize me from such works as the intro to previous episodes of this podcast and nothing else. Tonight, I will be playing... I haven't decided on the voice. I'm going to be playing Charles Schultzis. Charles is the ops manager of this whole endeavor. Hello. If Charles was a question a sporting
activity.
A sporting activity. Oh, wonderful question. If Charles was a sporting activity, I think he would be ultimate frisbee. And the reason for that would be that he enjoys non-standard fun time activities with non-standard fun time people.
Wonderful. Thank you, Charles Schultzis. Moving on, Leah.
Hey, Leah, and I will be playing Nikki Nine Doors. And I'm 22. And you probably guess it, but I'm a mercenary. And I'm quite small as well, but don't underestimate me.
Leah's like, I'm playing an anime girl.
And my sport would be Twitch streaming.
Esport. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nikki. Thank you so much. Jess, what you got going for us today?
So my character is Laverne of Solera, but everybody calls her Dicky. She's gonna be the medic, and she's really gonna be like, if you've seen like How to Train Your Dragon, like Rough Nut, so she's like really, she's there, but maybe like not fully, it's like a really good time.
Which is what you want from your medic.
100%. Just get really excited for this. If she did a sport, it would be probably like boxing.
Oh.
Because she ain't that pretty, but she thinks she is, you know? So she's had a few concussions for sure. But yeah, she's half there, but she'll be there in the ways you want her to be.
That's beautiful.
That's what you want from a medic.
That is 100% it.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah.
A medical professional who's both entirely present and nowhere to be seen.
Exactly.
Why do I get the sense that we've like this station that we're on's like narcotic supply is just like gone mysteriously missing?
My inventory is a bit spacey right now, and I don't know why.
It's crazy. We had so much ketamine when we got here.
I looked yesterday. It's still there, isn't it? No.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I will bring us into the setting for tonight's one-shot episode. Welcome aboard Artemis Station, a state-of-the-art extraction station secured in low orbit to the surface of planet KI-762 via its massive retracting material transport lift. The sleek, scarab-like station, made with the highest quality blackened titanium available, shines like an obsidian gem above the surface of the planet. The station has a bulbous hold designed to carry tens of thousands of tons of raw materials, all carefully vacuum stored within thousands of large crates, each clean and unmarked save for a small tag that indicates what lies within its metal frame. Near the hold are the docks, large enough to hold 3 transport ships abreast, to allow easy arrival, loading, and departure. This is how every one of you arrived at the Artemis, and how everybody leaves. Except for those like you, who go planet-side every standard 8 days. From the docks and the hold of the lower floors, the Artemis grows even larger towards its rear, speaking once again to the beetle-like shape from which it is inspired. There you find crew quarters, where rest the scientists, scant as they may be, the flight crew, and all of you, the miners. But we will speak of you and your roles later. The station itself remains a testament to the ingenuity of human architecture. The whole of the behemoth interstellar vessel, from the very base of the holds to the very top of the station, where rests the command deck, are over 200 floors of man-made construction. Many of those are simple pedways that allow various visitors and station staff to walk across the vast 100-floor tall hold and dock. Nearly half of the station is uninhabited, save for the few times where the station employees go on a walkabout, whether to break the mold or simply get some space in what way they can. The upper 100 floors are designed to accommodate the scant few workers in a simplistic luxury. You, the miners, enjoy this luxury every standard 8 days. You only venture back to the station when the sun sets upon the giant planet KI-762, where the days are 8 standard days long, so vast is this behemoth planet. The nights are the same. The planet on which you work is uninhabited. No life has been found above ground, nor, from what you have been able to see, below its surface. The planet is covered in rich mineral deposits that prevent further scanning across its surface and deeper towards its core due to magnetic interference. Suffice it to say, if there's life on this otherwise barren planet, no one from this expedition has seen it. Not for the 15 years that the Artemis has been in orbit. The sun in this system is old, providing only a cold warmth from its dull orange-amber glow in the distance, and yet there is enough light to reveal what you and your team refer to as the tears. The tears are massive trenches that pock the surface of the planet, deep furrows scratched through the harsh metallic landscape, as though a giant beast scarred the surface with its monstrous claws long ago. The greatest of the tears you call the Void, easily over 100 kilometers deep and just under 1,000 kilometers from one end to the other. Your current mining operations bring you to the very edge of the Void, even now. With all of your mining and all you are set to retrieve here in the deep of space, there is but one rule. Never remain planetside during the night. Temperatures drop dangerously low, and with the interference caused by the highly metallic surface of the planet, it is even more difficult to communicate with the station in orbit. Moreover, the great lift that transports the supplies to the station high above retract during the nights to prevent freezing of the delicate instruments that maintain it. The magnetic interference from the planet also wreaks havoc with your great diggers, those mining machines echoing colossuses of old. It causes those machines to sometimes wander hundreds of miles during the deep nights of the planet, as though the communications were sent to them somehow became lost, and then delivered several days later, trapped within the atmosphere upon the world's cold winds. Now, to all of you. Your roles in this venture are some of the most important. You go planet-side every standard 8 days to guide the near-automated, remote-operated machines to the greatest mineral reserves that litter the resource-rich planet. Each of you have experience related to extraterrestrial exploration and extraction in one way or another, fulfilling an integral part to this team that has brought yourselves here. Each contract upon Artemis is 10 years long, and each team that joins Artemis arrives in shifts, arriving on great transport ships high above, and then shortly thereafter departing the station laden with goods of the labors of those on the planet below. Each of you have been doing this job for 9 years, 11 months, and 22 days. This is your second to last Terran day planetside before you venture to the quietude of Artemis Station for what will be the last time. It's also important to note that while you are back up upon Artemis during the cold, long nights of this planet, Aroma, the advanced robotic oversight and mining assistant, oversees the camp upon the pad below. The pad itself is a massive, permanent fixture upon the surface of this planet. It is a circular structure with small pods that reach out from it, forming almost a crosshair upon the surface of the planet. In the center of it is the umbilical that lifts materials from the planet to the station. There are 2 garages upon the pad, opposite one another, so the vehicles can enter and then leave in one swift motion after depositing their payload upon the vacant surface within the umbilical. There are also 2 storage compartments where materials can be sorted, examined, analyzed by you few who work upon the ground. There are 4 other compartments. The command bunker, which occupies one of these small extrusions from the otherwise circular structure. The labs, where your medical equipment and your research equipment lie. The mess, where all of your generated food is created for you, and where you can relax and play games such as shuffleboard or pool. And of course, the crew quarters, where each of you live in Spartan luxury. Your rooms are large, you have everything you could ask for, including TVs, videos, whatever you need. But there's no real life to it. And because of the scant materials that you brought with you upon your arrival, it has remained this way for the better part of 9 years. What few belongings you have to spruce up the place, delivered by traders as they come to collect their highly valuable payload from the planet's surface. We join you now, within the pad, waking in the crew quarters on this, your second to last standard day. As the lights ignite around you, so simulated your day and night schedule has to be because of how long and how bright, relatively speaking, the days are. It is a abrupt experience coming to aboard the pad. And we will go over to Nikki. Nikki Nine Doors, the security officer for this expedition, first to rise and welcome the new day, as it were.
Nikki is in the umbilical lift, like right in the middle.
Yep.
And so Nikki, her appearance, basically, she has these like really big overalls and in kind of like a backpack, like almost harness situation. She has this giant like stuffed bunny that's always just in the front of her chest, and there's a giant stuffed elephant attached to her back.
Okay.
She's a redhead that she always has her hair and pigtails, and wears like a bright baby blue toque She has big night vision goggles that hang around her neck all the time. And she has a head contraption that is holding basically a virtual reality in front of her eyes.
Okay.
And in the other hand, she has a modified data center that she made. And she's just in the middle. And if anyone were looking upon this scenario, her hand is slicing through the air and she's going, yeah, yeah.
She playing Fruit Ninja?
Real meat ninja.
So there, the dojo, if you will, for Nikki on these early mornings. No one to witness. The vacant umbilical echoing to the sounds of your prowess in Real Meat Ninja here on Planet Side. You are in the middle of performing your morning Real Meat Ninja Jiu-Jitsu. And you hear the dulcet tones of Aroma behind you. Not close enough to cause concern, but you just hear, Nikki.
Yeah.
Security, Nikki.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
High score?
2,000.
Not bad. Seen worse.
Basically, Nikki lifts up her virtual goggles and, like, because it's attached to, like, a contraption around her head, they just go, like, straight above her head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of like night vision goggles. Aroma?
It is almost time to make landfall for today's extraction.
Cool.
That's all. Aroma turns around and starts walking away.
Just for my clarification, so Aroma is like a robot that like walks around?
Yeah, Aroma manages the pad and tries their best to manage all the mechanics while you guys are in the Artemis.
Incredible.
Keeps things running. Has been here since the project launched.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Aroma. Wait. And Nikki runs after it and starts walking in front of it as she's, like, walking backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Nikki.
Like, like, the signal, we need to improve that. Like, I'm not getting the reception I need to stream my Real Meat Ninja scores. So, what can we do about that? You're working on that, right?
Diligently.
Okay, cool.
Your audience, would it grow if they saw you perform?
Yeah, totally.
With a score of 2,000?
You interrupted me, Aroma.
You're right. My bad.
Yes, you're bad. It's okay. I like you.
I like you too, Nikki. It's been a fun 9 years, 11 months, and 22
Right?
days.
Oh, whew. Just flown by.
It has. And you watch as Aroma knocks on a door that's labeled Charles, and Nikki puts both of their robotic hands to their completely smooth, featureless
Aroma.
face. Charles! Charles! Charles!
We
Charles!
find Charles in his room. All of the walls are covered with printouts of papers, and they're like equations and stuff like that. And Charles, being a mechanical engineer, you would expect them to be, related to the station. But as you look closer, you actually see that it's actually pretty like entry level, like algebra and stuff like that. And then at the bottom of every page, like it just says like official action. Action is the name of the station that Charles is from. Curriculum. And you can see him typing out on a computer, and he has his data center recording himself, and he just says,
Yes, Victor. So, that's more or less how we do polynomials. I've been following along your curriculum as best I could. This should pretty much cover you for this section, and I'll be home very soon to help you with the rest. I'm very excited. And then, yes, I love you and I miss you.
Then he clicks stop recording. And then he starts another one. He says,
Cassandra, your mother has let me know you've switched from the science program into the arts program, which is a little bit outside of my knowledge. But that's okay, because whatever you'd like, Cassandra, is what we're here to do. So, it's going to take me a bit of time to get that curriculum sent to me so that I can follow along. And probably by the time that I get it, I'll be home. So that's nice. So in the meantime, what I've done is I downloaded Macbeth, is what we have here, which I think you're 10 years old. So that's probably what they have you studying. And this is, I believe, an interesting discussion about the tones of misogyny within Macbeth.
And then he begins reading that for a few minutes, and then finally says,
Okay, and I love you, Cassandra, and I can't wait to meet you. My beautiful girl. Goodbye.
And then finally, she's like,
And this final message for Marie, my beautiful wife. Thank you so much for waiting for me. And, of course, say hi to your girlfriend, Deborah, for me. Love Debbie. She's wonderful.
Charles is polyamorous. Or Charles's wife is polyamorous, more accurately.
So yes, I don't have time to go over it today, so I'll just read a paragraph quickly because the day is starting.
And he grabs a book off of the shelf, and he just opens it up to where he has a bookmark, and he just says,
Her milky white thighs quivered with anticipation as the wolf lord growled possessively. She purred like a kitten as her quivering womanhood prepared to receive.
and then that's when you start to hear,
You hear the boom, boom, boom.
Charles.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry, dear. I'll have to do this later. That's a coworker. You know, it's been 9 years. It's fine. Okay.
and then he stops the recording, and he, just in case, he gets them queued up to send out the next time that there is a clear patch that he can be sent through. And he comes to the door. He says, "Yes, Aroma. Good morning."
Hello, Charles.
And Nikki.
And Nikki, I didn't see you there. Nikki, what score did we reach today?
Okay, first of all, it's not fair. Aroma interrupted me.
Oh, yes.
2,000.
Well, that's not bad. That's not. I tried to play the other day, and I only got 150.
He was bad.
I was very bad.
It was tough to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard to do. So don't worry at all. Nikki, you're doing great. 2,000 is wonderful. And he gives you a little, like, light fatherly punch on the shoulder.
Nikki looks down her shoulder. Thanks.
Quite welcome. All part of the team. Aroma, what can we do this morning? What can we do for you? What's on our agenda?
We have new communication from Artemis.
Oh, that's always fun. We should do a team meeting.
Exactly.
Excellent.
I am gathering all of you so that we may go to the command station.
Wonderful. Okay, well, Nikki, would you care to accompany an old man? I'm not that old. I'm 42.
That's pretty old.
Nice.
I'm 15.
Gross. Great. Well, Nikki and I will go to the command station. I'll gather up the rest, Aroma.
Wonderful. Thank you, Charles.
Of course.
And Aroma walks the opposite direction of the massive circular structure.
For sure.
Nikki just peers into your room and looks at the nearest equation that's on the wall. Puts her hands behind her back and is kind of rocking back and forth from her heels to her toes, pointing. I think that number's wrong. All right, let's go.
He kind of pokes his head in. Yeah, I think you're right. Biscuits. And he follows you.
Then eventually we see Aroma arrives to the lab. And the bulkheads to the lab open, where we find Laverne. And Aroma walks up to you.
Doctor,
Yeah, what's up?
we have recent communication from the Artemis.
All right, tell me more.
I would like to. I do not know what the message says. We must go to the command station.
I'm good to follow you, but I am definitely doing something like sketchy. So I'm like trying to just like shove a bunch of stuff into my desk without you seeing. So I'm just like,
Make
sure.
a stealth check,
Sure.
or your choice. Let's do. I don't know if sleight of hand is the thing. Yeah, make a sleight of hand check. That's a 90. So you
Sleight
casually.
of hand is 10.
Okay, so we don't succeed. You were close though.
Dang it.
We
was
watch
close.
as Aroma enters, addresses you, and then you, in your own mind, you're like, oh yeah, this is it. You turn, you subtly slide your hands behind your back and start manipulating drawers with expertise. But in reality, what we see is a person frantically slam things behind them and then turn around abruptly as though they weren't doing anything. And Aroma goes,
Why?
What I have been doing is over the last 9 years, I've been trying to make moonshine in the lab. And are we even allowed alcohol on this?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm under the impression that we're not, so I'm trying to be super, super, like, discreet about it. Of course not. So yeah, I'm just like, no, what do you mean? Nothing. What? No, we're fine. Aroma, go away. You're fine. It's nothing.
I would like to leave, but with you, Doctor.
I'm really annoyed that I'm like getting you're disturbing me during this because I like really wanted to make this moonshine. But I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's do it your way. You're very convincing as per usual. All right, let's go.
Thank you, Doctor. Have you considered implementing more copper wiring for your homemade distillery?
Aroma, I don't like it when you tell me what to do, and we've had this conversation multiple times, and here we are again. I've
You
got
are
this, I
right.
promise.
I will keep my non-existent nose out of your materials.
Thank you.
You are welcome, Doctor. We are going to grab the giant nano-Icelandic man on the way to the command center. He's in the northern garage.
Ah, just kidding. I'm already here. And he's just going to pop up behind you guys.
You are truly horrifying.
Oh, no. I am quiet. That is the word, quiet.
Yes. So it would seem. Now, as we walk, I would like to remind everybody present, for no particular reason, like sailors in the days of old, in times of plenty, we have 2 grog rations per night. Almost as though you do not need to make your own distillery inside of the medical facilities.
Oh, you know, it is very funny that you say that because I was just walking past the med bay earlier today. Do you know what I saw?
Don't say it.
Oh, you don't want me to
I
tell
would like
everyone
to
that you
know.
were making
Don't.
yourself some grog. All right, I won't tell anyone that you were making grog.
It's my little secret, man. We've already talked about this.
Right.
We had a talk over in the kitchen over breakfast.
I'm not.
Remember this?
Never mind. Did I say anything? I didn't mean to say anything. That was a cough.
I
A very regional cough from Nando, Icelandia.
We have a lot of interesting things about our culture. That being one of them. Thank you for being so culturally aware. I appreciate it.
I am programmed to accept everybody. Now, we will meet Charles and Nikki within the command center. Are you excited to be going home soon?
I am super excited. Like you can tell from my face right now that I am super excited. Not sure about everyone else, but I am super excited.
If your face didn't reveal it, repeating it 3 times certainly did.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And yourself, Doctor? Any fun things planned for your return home?
I don't even know what I'm walking into, man, but you know what? It's gonna be a ride. I definitely lost my last job, but, you know, we're gonna turn over a new leaf and we're gonna find something new. It's just gonna be a new start. It's fine.
I am happy for you. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now,
the doors to the command structure slide open. Wherein we find Nikki and Charles. Now, the command section itself is probably the most robustly filled out portion of the pad in that it holds most of the terminals that manage the actual station itself, as well as communications with the Artemis. Now, because of the thick magnetosphere of this planet and its density, radio waves have an incredibly difficult time exiting the atmosphere. That way, this means you only get communications at the first start of your day, And by the time you send them in response at this time, they will receive them in the evening for you. So the turnaround on communication between yourselves and the Artemis is very, very slow. This is just by nature of the planet. Something that you also know from being here for so long is when you're outside of the station, the comms that you use to communicate with one another use radio waves. These too are disturbed by the planet's atmosphere. In that, you hear ghosts on the wind from time to time, old messages caught upon the winds and then circulated back around, as though an echo of the past is reaching out to you. As you arrive, you watch Aroma approach the large central terminal, and with blazing speed, they extend their hands, enter in the appropriate passcode materials, and the message from the commander of your expedition aboard the Artemis reads out to you. Now, Commander Navira arrived with you upon your shuttlecraft, along with the rest of the crew, and they too are waiting to depart after their 10-year stint. Much like you, it's almost over. Commander Navira then says to you over comms that have been synthesized in a way that they make up for the fact that they get broken up in transmission.
Yes. Very good. Good morning, everyone. I hope your second to last day of excursion is well anticipated and celebrated. 10 years. Well done, I would like to say. Because of this, as I've been informed by our owners at Twin Suns Extraction, tonight's festivities include a whole extra ration of liquor of your choice. Simply go to the synthesizer and it will produce it for you. Finally, our haul this year, as I'm sure the good Mr. Charles can confirm, we have exceeded all expectations for mineral retrieval upon the planet's surface, due in no short order to all of your intervening actions. Well done. You have more than earned the salary associated with your being, and can rest easy in whatever station or planet you choose from this point on. You will see the final numbers of your pay hit your bank accounts upon your return to the Artemis tomorrow, upon which point we will be able to all depart together, same as we arrived. Aroma has prepared all the various vehicles for your excursion today. We are drifting closer to the void, as that is where your mineral deposits tend to lie, as dense as the planet may be. We have picked up signs of greater than standard earthquakes troubling the land, as the hardened core shifts on this rather metallic planet. I advise caution, use mag boots if you must, but be wary. Also important to note, one of your vehicles did go on a walkabout last night, and has wandered a good distance away from your camp along the edge of the void. It will need to be retrieved post-haste and returned to its optimal mining site to hit further recovery targets for the next team upon their arrival tomorrow. As always, all of you down there, stay safe, enjoy the dig, and I will see you tomorrow.
And the communication ends. Aroma turns around, arms clasped behind their back.
Are there any questions?
Nikki's leaning against the wall. Her VR is back on her eyes, and her hands are doing stuff on her data center.
Noted.
Charles just says, it's quite conclusive, should I say. Right. Do we have the details on how far the machine walked?
Indeed I do. The machine traveled 76 kilometers away from the station in the midst of the night.
Oh, biscuits. Okay. I imagine this kind of machine retrieval is a bit of a task.
It is a task. You do have vehicles that can get you from A to B, but this will be a large portion of your day kind of navigating the craggy surface of this planet.
Right.
Because it is so dense, every pothole can really damage a vehicle, so your tires are super inflated to kind of get you over them, but you still have to navigate rather carefully.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll just have to bite our teeth down and bear it another day on KI 762. Oh, dear. Well, nothing else for it then. I suppose I would rather have spent the time doing a kind of a routine maintenance so we could stay ahead of schedule Just to clarify as well, like our team stays down there for 8 days, right? We stay at the
Correct.
pad. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is your penultimate day on the pad before you're gone for good.
Before we're going good for good. Okay. Well, I don't have any questions about the operations today. To our team, though, as always, I would like to know, and he pulls out a little notebook and he flips and he says, what are our daily personal affirmations today? Mine is, I deserve happiness.
I like that very much. I'm happy to hear that you have such a positive outlook.
Well, thank you so much, Gothar. I really appreciate it, but what is your personal affirmation for today?
Well, I don't actually use personal affirmations because, as you can see, Gothar lifts up his arm. We're wearing our vac suits, right?
If you'd like to be.
I presume we don't have to in the lab.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, we're still
within
in?
the pad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Gothar lifts up his arm because on it he's got like a smartwatch, but it's like a nano neopet, you might say. And on it is this what appears to be this is a sugar glider, and I've named him Cutesy Pootsy. He is the one thing that gives me joy every day here on this frozen, cold, metallic rock. This is what I use instead of personal affirmations.
Well, and he kind of flips through his book for a minute or two. And he says, I don't see anything about sugar gliders in here, which must mean that it's okay. Laverna, I'm sorry, Dicky, what is your personal affirmation for today?
You know, we've been here for like 9 years, bro, and
9
you
years,
should
11
know
months,
it's
2
Dicky
days.
by now. We're close. Go for it, you know? My affirmation is just I deserve to be off this planet, am I right? Yeah.
Yes.
Dicky, such a
yow.
joker.
I know.
Well, Nikki, were you listening at all? You rogue, you little devil.
She's still not paying attention.
Still not paying attention. She's a quite a firecracker.
Gothar taps Nikki on the shoulder, but it's like 30 kilograms of meat just falling on her frail shoulders. Oh, my apologies. I didn't realize I am so
Flips up her VR
strong.
goggles. What the heck?
Nikki, you good? I've tested all of our painkillers this morning. They're the exact same as day one. If you need anything, you let me know.
Can you
got it?
please stop pushing pills on me?
I'm not.
Nikki, we're just wondering if you could tell us something. What do you tell yourself every day that helps you feel good about yourself?
Oh, well, I look in the mirror and Nikki puts up a peace sign and slut for life.
Oh, well, talk for sharing with us.
That's so creative. Wow.
Very positive, Nikki.
I do consider myself very creative.
I love that you're speaking your truth.
Thanks, doctor.
No problem.
Well, I suppose we should all make sure that we're ship-shape for the excursion today. It will be a lot of rather tricky navigation over the surface. I will have to go get the machine which has wandered off. Could have been easy 2 days for our last 2 days.
Why'd you let it wander off?
Well, that's an excellent question. And then he proceeds to go on like a 5 to 10 minute diatribe about how the magnetic thing totally affects the thing. Brian is
talking like Nikki's hand raises up and slowly starts putting her VR goggles back down.
He doesn't notice.
Aroma chimes in.
Charles is correct. We should make the most of our time. Nikki, are you prepared to escort these rather fragile workers to retrieve the machinery?
Just the VR goggles. Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Wonderful. My advice, as always, would be to ensure your suits are fully operational so that you may leave and return safely. The atmosphere is breathable, but very harsh. Proceed with caution, friends.
No shit.
Charles would have instituted a policy where everybody has a physical checklist. Like, it's not even digital. It's like a piece of paper that they check off to check all of their vac suits, and then they have to get somebody else to check their vac suit for them and then sign off on it. So
It's a peer review system.
It's a peer review. You can't actually, and he won't let you get in your vac suit unless two people have signed off on it, yourself and somebody else.
So, eventually, I assume you all follow through. It's been 9 years. This peer review system hasn't gone anywhere.
Totally.
We are super efficient.
You are a well-oiled machine at this point, and you're standing in the northern garage. To put it into perspective, most of us are from a part of the world where there is a great amount of mining that happens in pits. Those of you who are familiar with these large extraction vehicles, picture something about twice that size. This is a gargantuan piece of machinery. You have 3 in your fleet. One of them has wandered off. You have rovers, which you can man, all of you, and transport yourselves to that location. Tracking it is easy enough. It does have a ping that reads on your data centers. It has continued to wander. It's now about 77 kilometers away, and it seems to be venturing along the outside of the void, the largest of these furrows dug through this metallic planet. You're located rather close to it, but it has gone quite a ways. This is one of the further ventures that the ghosts have taken one of these machines on.
Well, that was a 9-minute suit-up team, which is a new record. So very good.
I suppose we all pile into, we get into our suits and we get into the rover and we just take off.
Mm-hmm. So you take off, you tear off. The gates to the garage open and reveal a barren surface to a planet. We're talking like tundra in winter. There is no vegetation, nothing. The surface of the planet is almost entirely smooth, save for the sediment of metallic flakes that coat it, almost like sand. In certain places, it rises like a dune, so much of it there is upon this planet. Off in the distance, still visible to you, is the small orange gem that is the sun within this system. Even within the temperatured environments of your vac suits, you feel a chill. It is cold, even in the daytime. Your vac suits are lined with hardened extremities that will allow you to move in the heavy gravity of KI 762. As you depart the pad, you turn back and you can see the familiar umbilical stretching far off into the distance, where even from here you can see the massive, well, at this distance, quite small, obsidian glint in the sky to where it attaches, which indicates the Artemis high up above. The lights to your suits ignite, casting light wherever you can, the vehicle traveling in a certain direction. Who is driving this vehicle?
That would be me.
Wonderful. Can you make a drive check for me?
Holy shit.
400. Just kidding, it's a 4.
Damn.
Which is probably an extreme success, I imagine.
Gothar, you expertly, as though you've done this many times, which you have, navigate the harsh surface of this planet while maintaining a smooth ride for all those involved. This is a bit of a journey, and yet Gothar navigates so expertly that it does save you some time. Your rovers don't move super fast, for if you accidentally catch air, it would be very bad. But eventually, with this wonderful driving check, at least so far, you're off to a good pace. That is when you hear, over the radio waves, something that you've grown accustomed to. But it sounds almost like a whisper caught within your headsets. As a breeze kicks up dust alongside of you, scattering across your helmets, you feel the scratch and tear and hear the tink as it glides across the glass of your helmet. You hear the words,
What? No. No.
and then it's gone.
Ghosts are singing to us today, team.
I don't like it. It's really creepy.
It is creepy. You know, I'm going to be honest. I've been here. We've been here for so long together. I'm not used to it myself, honestly.
See, I like to think of them as friends we have not made yet.
Well, that's quite wonderful. That's very good, Gothar. Let's all try to adopt Gothar's mentality.
Oh, would someone be able to take the wheel? I need to feed my sugar glider for a second. Gothar just scooches out of the seat.
That's very. This is not.
Gothar removes their meaty hands from the wheel, extracts themselves from the driver's seat, and starts playing on their data center. This Goliath of a human being crouched over, smiling uproariously at their tiny little sugar glider. Your vehicle very quickly starts to swerve out of the way.
Can I try to dive for the steering wheel?
Please make a drive check.
Oh, God. Thank God I put no points into drive. Okay. I rolled a 23. The base skill is 20. I am going to spend 3 luck to make that a success.
Very well. Gothar happily, childish grin upon their massive features, leaning back, oblivious to the world beyond them. You, Charles, leap in and grab the wheel and steady everything out.
Gothar! Oh, do you want to pet him as well? It gives me extra points if I pet him.
Just for that, Gothar, I'm saying we're not giving you any extra points today. Usually,
What?
I've been quite a loosey about that, but now I'm going to be tight to Maria.
Charles, I've never heard you use such crazy language before.
I'm sorry, it's biscuits. I've lost my temper. That's on me. I lost my temper.
Anger bad for your heart at your age?
It is. That is hurtful in ways that I'm going to have to unpack later. But no, Gothar, we're so close. We're so close to the end. And I understand because I love your sugar glider as much as my own children. That's not true at all. But I support you, but we just cannot jeopardize the mission or ourselves this close to the end. So I'm afraid I have to say no pets from any of us to Gothar's sugar glider.
I suppose you're right. It was a little bit irresponsible of me. Here, I will take the wheel again.
Gothar, in Gothar's heart, it's gentle, but it's kind of like being rammed in the chest by a mountain goat. And retakes his position at the wheel.
So nearly dead, Charles sits back. And the journey continues. In the distance now, you see this massive extractor. This whole time you've been driving about, let's call it 100 meters away from that of the void. You know, from being on this planet for so long, you've postulated at the very least, at the base of that canyon, it is so dark, you wouldn't see the light. And your extractor is getting dangerously close to the edge. And you can see the massive furrow it's drawn as though a small trench has been made along the outside of this. And this isn't the first time these machines have done this. And they always pick up on the previous track the last one wandered along. About 30 feet separate from the edge of the void is a trench where normally these things extract minerals from deposits. They've just dug along the outside of it for reasons you have yet to be able to explain, but it's coming up in the distance. You feel at this point a small tremor that builds and builds and builds until your car is rocking upon the surface of this metallic planet. A larger tremor, a small earthquake, seizing the grips of all you. Let's go ahead and have everybody make a strength check, please.
Hard success for Charles.
If I got a 50 and my strength is 70,
that's a success.
That's
great.
A success. Regular success.
Yeah.
I failed. I'm going to spend 1 luck to succeed.
Wonderful. So, 3 out of the 4 of you succeed, and yet, in the back of this vehicle, no seatbelts are there on this planet. You watch as your medical supervisor, unable to hold on to the straps, gets thrown out of the vehicle. As it shakes, and you hear a thud, and fuck! As it rolls along.
No.
Ow! You impact the hard metallic surface under heavy gravity, and your suit will suffer 2 points of damage.
How many points? These reinforced suits, do they have additional? They have 5
5.
points. 5 hit points. Great.
You land, and you roll with a hard thud out of the back of the machine. This small rover that is carrying you to and fro. You watch the car sailing ahead. I imagine... Actually, no. Gothar, do you come to a stop?
Gothar stopped almost instantly.
All right. So no sooner does the medical officer fall out of the back of the vehicle that the car screeches to a halt, sliding across the almost frictionless metallic surface. At least they noticed you.
Okay, dear. Nikki, could you go and assess the doctor's condition and help them back to the rover?
I don't know medicine.
No, I don't need you to do that. Just make sure they're conscious. If they can walk, then they can help them back. If not,
Do I have to?
that's kind of your whole job.
Help!
Okay. Well, they're conscious, so that's good. Yes, this is kind of your job. It's your job. It's your job, Nikki.
Gothar just Sparta kicks Nikki out the open door.
Make a fighting brawl check, please. You can have a bonus dice because I'm sure no one saw this coming.
I would counteract that. We've been together almost 9 years.
It's true. You can defend yourself, please.
I also have...
Dodge.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, I got a 2.
Extreme success.
I got an extreme success, and I have 50 points in fighting and brawl.
Perfect.
What are you going to do, Nikki?
What did you roll on dodge? Okay. So you, Nikki, you're locked in. You've been in the zone. This is why we play Real Meat Ninja. For moments like these. The medical officer has once again fallen out of the vehicle, not for the first time. Drugs are way better than seatbelts.
You got that right.
That's the catchphrase anyways. And you know what's coming. And yet, as you're amping yourself up to dodge out of the way, so wide is the foot of Gothar that it just impacts you squarely in the chest. And you get launched out of the vehicle, landing on the surface. Your suit takes 1 point of damage.
Sorry, Nikki.
Now, what have we... Gothar, I appreciate that you were trying to help in this situation. However, we've talked about using our words and not our ginormous feet.
Professor, you are correct.
I am not a professor.
I am so done with you. Can someone please help?
I think we need to get on task. There's multiple tasks.
You just kicked me.
I agree.
I've made you closer to the problem that you need to solve. You're welcome, Nikki.
We're going to have.
Oh my goodness, you got more dirty. And
We're going to have an emotion circle when we get back to the pad. However, we need to make sure the doctor is okay. And
then I look towards the machine, which is
I'm okay.
the machine, which is like still digging. Like there's probably multi-billion-dollar fucking. Like, whatever. I'm like,
oh, biscuits.
can I know the magnetic disturbances, whatever, but this close, can I try to connect to that machine remotely to like
Please.
emergency stop it? Okay, great.
Yes, make a sysops check.
Wonderful.
While he's doing that, Nikki is wiping off, so she actually wears her like stuffed animal harness on the outside of her vac suit.
Of course.
When doing so, and it starts wiping off the rabbit that's at the front.
Oh.
It's got dirty.
Yeah.
And Dickie's still lying face down.
So you wipe off the rabbit, Nikki, and you look back 15 yards or so behind you. Dicky is face down, and you just hear, "Oh!"
Coming, Dicky.
Was it Gothar again? Did he kick you again?
Yes.
We've had this conversation. He keeps hurting us, man.
Over the comms, you hear,
I'm dealing with it. We're going to have an emotion circle. Remember, emotion circle. Bookmark it. Bookmark your feelings for the emotion circle.
I got an extreme success.
Damn.
On my sysops check.
Okay. So you pull out your larger data center, the more managerial data center. This is equipped to do all sorts of hard calculations and more greatly interface with the complicated tech that you work with. Effortlessly. As though there were no issues at all with this machine in the first place. You send the commands to make it stop, firstly, doing a shallow drill, and secondly, moving. Both at which cease at the same time. You no longer see the smokestack kind of exiting the top of it, working those mighty drills below it. And you can tell, even at this distance, it has ceased its movement.
Oh, okay, one fire out.
Excellent work there. Sometimes I struggle and I sound like I'm from Scotland, but I'm not. I'm Icelandic.
It's okay. Nano Iceland is a country rich with culture and cultural heritage, broadly Viking. Yes.
No one cares, Gothar.
Yes.
Nikki, do your job. Go faster, Nikki.
Why does everyone presume to know what my job is?
Well, it's actually been quite well documented. However, that being said, I will say, Gothar, yes, this is you are not a managerial in a managerial position. Again, I appreciate the gumption, and you're using your words, which is a win. We like it, but I suspect you're only using your words because you're not in kicking distance. So, to the rest of the team, if we could get back to the rover, I've managed to stop the multi-billion credit machine from plummeting into the void. We should...
Yeah, Charles. Come on, we're checking on Dicky. I thought you cared.
Excellent. Please inspect Dicky. Inspect Dicky thoroughly.
Ew, that sounds weird.
Oh, dear. Well, we'll have an HR circle after the emotion circle when we get back to the pad.
Nikki is now at Dicky.
Okay, so Nikki's with Dicky.
It's tricky.
It's a tricky Nikki situation.
Nikki's beside. Are you still on the ground?
100%. The gravitational pull is so aggressive on my teeny tiny little body. I'm quite petite. So like I can hardly like lift my arms because I'm just face down like starfished. And I'm just like trying to lift anything to try to like get myself up, and you're just like looking at that.
Gothar is taking zoomed in shots of you from the camera built into the little vehicle that we're using.
And it's not a first time.
Look, Charles, I find this one particularly funny. Her face seems to be inside a bit of crater.
Gothar, save it for the emotion circle.
So, Dicky is face down, spread eagle, upon the ground, seemingly unable to move, although you know that with their vac suit, they can overcome gravity. What would you like to do?
Dicky, are you gonna get up?
Oh, yeah. I'm good. I think I'm good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then Dicky like kind of like remembers a little bit spacey because of all of those morphine shots that she was pre-testing to make sure everything's good. And it was like,
Yeah. The suit. Right. The suit. Nothing happened. Get back in the rover. Let's go.
This is what I was gonna tell everyone.
I like that we don't have Alex recording with us today, but we kind of have Alex.
We kind of do.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, you write yourself?
yeah, I get up and I'm just like,
Just let me get this dust off 1 second. I don't want to get all squeaky or anything, you know. I'll follow you.
Okay. So, post this earthquake that just happened. Being as close to the void as you are, could I get everybody to please make a spot hidden check?
Sure can
Please
do.
and thanks.
Damn, I'm rolling good tonight.
Regular success.
That'll be a regular success for Charles.
Ooh.
Like a regular fail for me.
Fail.
atrocious fail.
Atrocious failure. Regular.
Sounds like you might need to put your dice in dice jail. honestly.
Well, yeah, you know, I'll give it one more try and then we'll switch some dice.
Nice.
So we have success, fail, fail. All right. The two of you who notice this, you see what appears to be from the void gas escaping. In that, when you see, you know, that weird, that color shifting perspective that happens when gas passes in front of light, and it's kind of purpley, bluish.
Kinda like a prismatic
Yes,
effect.
prismatic, thank you.
Yeah.
You see this prismatic burst of gas come from the void. This is highly irregular.
Oh dear. Do I know? So this is irregular to see gas come from the void.
Correct.
Okay. Is there any sensors that we have available to us so I can determine whether it's explosive or not?
You could do an atmospheric test if you got closer to the edge.
Oh dear.
That's kind of pretty.
What is everybody
But-
looking at?
This is a good point. If it is explosive, seeing as how you're grinding away metal on metal, it would explode quite easily.
Yes, well, fortunately we've stopped the mining machine.
Oh dear, this could be quite a risk. We should have brought Aroma.
What's the risk?
I don't know what that gas is, and I don't want to risk any of you, but we need to know what it is. So I'm going to fasten myself to the rover, and I will go and I'm going to take a sample so that we can determine how much of a risk this gas is.
Okay. So you disembark from the rover, walk the 200 meters or so.
If the rover has like a winch or something, then I totally attach it to myself.
See, Nikki, how I didn't need to kick him out. He got out on his own accord. You could be like that too.
Gothar, emotion, circle.
Coming crackly through the wavelengths as you are making your way towards the edge of the void, you hear the voice of Aroma. But it is broken up. It comes in bits and pieces.
Why? Movement, no movement. Repeat, no movement detected.
Dear, I'll try to transmit back to Aroma.
Aroma, the machine malfunctioning.
Everything he says, he repeats 5 times.
Okay.
Just to try to like beat the interference. And he says,
Machine malfunctioning. Unknown vapor presented. Attempting analysis.
Okay. You step through the deep trench carved by the great machine off in the distance and come to the very edge of this massive chasm.
Oh dear.
And your suit's HUD is kind of sounding off all sorts of alarms with the atmosphere change.
Biscuits, yes, we know.
You can run a test if you like. This would be... Oh my. There's not like a general science check, is there?
I have science mechanical engineer. I put
Hey!
some skills into.
Let's do that, please.
Okay. That is a regular success.
Beautiful. This vapor does not have any qualities that lend itself to explosions. However, more concerning, it is unidentifiable in that it's not picking up any tracing marks of like a methane or butane that will boom. It is never before kind of been picked up by your sensors. This is a new thing.
Well, to that end then, I suppose we can't distinctively rule out that it won't explode because we don't know what it is. Well, this is very exciting, team. We've discovered a new substance. That's the good news. The bad news is I can't...
Ooh, do we get to name it?
Yes, you do get to name it, actually, but we can discuss that. We'll have a naming circle after the emotion and HR circles back at the pad. But I...
And I feel like Charles is going through kind of like a bit of an equation in his head of the risk to his team, the potential risk to his team to like get them onto the big digging machine versus like the discipline that they would receive. Like I can assume that if we through like what the company would almost definitely assume was negligence lost one of these machines, like not only are we not getting paid, they'd probably like fucking ruin us, right? I could probably assume that. Yeah.
Yeah. To your knowledge, these machines don't just go missing. This is your job.
For sure.
You maintain this fleet.
Totally. So
Oh dear. Team, there's no easy way to say this. We are going to put ourselves at great risk to retrieve this machine because I fear what will happen to us if we don't.
Dicky jumps on.
Charles, do you have any alarms or indications from your suit that you may be in danger from this new gas?
Not from the gas, but it does not like that I'm this close to the voids, which, if I'm being honest, I'm not a big fan of either. I'm going to start making my way back, actually, to the rover. But no, this gas is unidentifiable, which is exciting, because that is exciting. You're right, Nikki. We do get to name it, which is rather fun. But it is unfortunate that we cannot, therefore, determine its potential risk to all of us. In normal circumstances, if the digger were not in such a precarious position, I would not put any of you at risk. But this close to the end, and with it, being so close to the edge, I fear that we must board it anyway in an attempt to repair it and steer it to a safer location.
All right, my guy, keep an eye on your just your health levels and see if anything weird comes up, okay? Just want to make sure
Health
that
levels?
well, like
Is that a doctor term?
well, like from the suit. You know, from the suit, you said things are going weird out there for you.
That's true.
Just if you noticed anything, I've got you. I'm your medic. I'm your doctor. I'm your lady. You know. So I just want to make sure you're good. We're not putting you at risk either.
That is wonderful, Dr. Dicky. I sincerely appreciate it, although that from you that usually means unrecommended morphine shots. Which...
Worry about it later. Get back over here.
Hey, Charles, remember feeling circle?
Feeling... Gothar, when you're right, you're right.
I make my way back to the rover.
Okay. The ground continues to kind of tremble beneath your feet as you make your way back to the rover, but you do so safely.
Biscuits.
The journey to the actual extractor is quick and easy from this point. The tremors seem to come to a stop until you're at the base of the massive tires of this thing, easily 20 people tall. The drill beneath it is so vast that you could all stand arm to arm outstretched and not come halfway to the point of it. This machine gathers billions of credits worth of materials every day. You know that the materials from this planet go towards constructing engines for ships. This is a singularly valuable resource along the Promethean Highway. Moreover, the materials that are created from breaking down the metals create gases that fuel ships over short distances. This is a high-value planet. These machines are worth everything. They would bankrupt people over these things, ruin people's lives.
I put a lot of trust in this motley crew.
They do, and which is part of the reason why the fleet is mostly automated. You're here as maintenance people. And you see one of these massive tires is no more than 20 feet from the edge of the void, where it has stopped in digging this furrow alongside the outstretched side of this massive chasm. What would you like to do?
Well, chop chop, everyone. Go figure it out.
Nikki is
I will be
correct.
here monitoring the situation. Let me know if it gets dangerous.
Very well. I suppose I'll be first in the door, unless someone else would like to do that. Gothar, would you like to? You sometimes like to do that.
Gothar's actually already outside.
Oh, biscuits.
Remember how fast I am? I am speedy, super, super fast.
What do you see?
This rotund figure just streak across the metal atmosphere. Okay. The gas continues to leak forward from the chasm. Could I have everybody please make a sanity check?
Ooh.
Sandy gas? Come on.
All right.
You saw what you
Batman
did to Ren.
begins.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
shit.
Oh no.
Dicky, no.
Oh no,
I rolled
man.
a 3.
Oh my.
Jesus.
These dice are fucking hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nikki got a fail.
Okay.
Tough.
Let me tell the group,
Tough.
okay?
Okay, Nikki, what did you get?
A fail.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
you
the
guys
failure
have
is
the
just-
worst magic.
It's a success with a different hat on.
Thank you. Save that for
The feeling circle.
the feeling circle.
You're right,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think mine's like a pretty gnarly failure because I have only 40 success, but I got like 60.
So that's just a fail.
That's okay, unless you roll
mine's
like
worse.
99 or 100.
No, it's 64.
Then, yeah. So
I got
just a fail.
96.
So fail, fail, fail. Very good success.
So sane.
Okay. At this moment that you've been exposed to these gases, so close to the void as you are, now venturing out of the rover to the massive extractor itself, another ghost on the wind catches by. All of you hear the same message, though for Gothar, Nikki, and Dicky, the way it's received is a bit different. Yourself, Charles, you hear the message,
Leave? Yeah, we're fucking leaving!
and for you two, or you three, all you hear, almost on repeat,
Leave? 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 Leave?
getting closer and closer and closer until the moment where you feel the overwhelming urge to turn around and silence whoever is yelling in the back of your head. But it's gone. Each of you suffers 6 points of sanity damage.
Oh, damn. So do they have to make the rolls for
Not
temporary
fives.
insanity?
Not yet.
Okay. Goddamn. You just didn't want to nuke half the team in one big go? Nope. By half the team, I mean almost the entire
The
team.
entire team. Look, I promised to deliver a 1 shot. Not a 2 or a 3 shot.
Good thing I was the same.
And even afterwards, you kind of rattle your heads free, but you still feel as though you're shaking. And you're shaking. And it's because you are. Because another earthquake is gripping the planet. And before you know it, you're falling. As the ground falls out beneath you, beside the extractor, and you plummet into the void.
My last name is Stayinship, which translates into English as stew and shit. This is exactly what I was named after.
I will have everybody please make a dex check.
Oh, dear. Fuck. I had to fail one.
Oh, no.
I got a regular success.
I have 60 and I rolled 40.
That's
regular success.
Okay, regular success.
Yeah.
Dicky?
I have 60 and I rolled 95.
Oh my
That's
god.
a fail there,
Okay,
Dicky.
Yeah,
I think
dice
you need to
jail.
stop using Alex's dice.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad juju.
Let's blame Alex for this one.
Yeah. God damn it, Alex. And Charles?
That was a fail.
Fail. So the world rocking beyond comprehension, your boots barely able to hold on to the smooth magnetic surface of things. The world just caves in around you. Even the extractor begins to plummet. And those of you who succeeded managed to catch onto an edge of this rather smooth surface. However,
Biscuit!
you see your colleagues falling down beneath you.
I spent Dicky, my moonshot.
Your colleagues are falling down beneath you. You are on the other side of where this cave-in happened. Not cave-in.
Landslide.
Landslide happened. You look over your shoulder, Nikki, and you see Gothar hanging themselves by this ledge. And more you just see things falling inward into this void as this earthquake continues. Those of you who are above, still clinging on, hear the voice of Aroma say,
Remain vigilant. Horrible earthquake detected. Stay away. Repeat, stay.
and then even you slip into the void. So, into the void, you fall. By the time you come to consciousness, you do not know how long it has been. And yet, 2 of you come to consciousness before the others, as you held on to the edge just long enough to receive a very important radio frequency from Aroma.
Fault detected. Emergency escape. Emergency escape. Plotting course now.
And you 2, Gothar and Nikki, your HUDs wake you up within your vac suits. Blinking lights showing paths through the void that you could potentially take to make it to the surface. You did not fall all the way to the bottom. You stopped on a small cliff ledge, still deep enough that you don't know really how light it is outside. And because you held on a bit longer, you are rewarded. Your suits only take 1 point of damage from the fall.
Wow.
Everyone else, your suits take 2 points of damage from the fall.
Biscuits.
We started at 5, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You now find yourselves on the precipice of a much greater drop. further into the yawning dark, and you can see this weird atmosphere, this horrible, noxious fume rising up around you, this prismatic glow even here in the dark. The flashlights casting light around you as you rise see the extractor fallen beside you, still intact for the most part, recoverable with shuttle, which is good. And you also see that of your companions. They seem to have taken a bit of a harder fall, but the suits did their job and absorbed most of the impact.
Oh my god.
It's alright.
Oh my god.
Breathe out.
Are you fucking kidding me? 2 days and this happens?
It's just part of the job. We signed up for this a long time ago.
This is not a part of the job.
It is. It happened today, and we are on the job. So it's a part of the
job. Fucking flawless logic, truthfully.
Fun reminder that my sanity is now at 34.
And yet that's the most sane thing that's ever been said on this podcast.
Nikki, look around. Our comrades are down there. We can still see them a little bit. I bet if you screech really loud, as if they
I'm not gonna screech really loud. We need to get out of here.
That is exactly what I want you to do, but instead of those words, say the words that sound like the names of our comrades. See if they respond.
Aroma!
You scream out for Aroma. Nothing comes back. And yet, the open comm channel to you two ignites with the screaming of the name Aroma, and you both come to consciousness here in the void.
So, another sanity check, or...
Oh, look, Nikki, I see them twitching down there. I think it worked.
Ow. Nikki? Was that you?
Can we hear them in ours?
Yeah.
No. I mean, yes, it was. But now I am talking. I am not Nikki.
Aroma!
Gothar, where are we? What happened?
Oh, biscuits. Oh, dear.
Void. We are in the void.
In the void?
In the void.
In the void.
It's English is my second language. I should not be the one teaching you prepositions.
Say, we'll have a grammar circle. Get back.
I'm looking forward to it.
Double biscuits.
There's not gonna be any circles because we're gonna die.
We're not going to die. Well, we might. Oh, I don't want to die. Oh dear.
Posthumous circle. It is.
A posthumous, that's it. Yes, death circle. No, it's not time for death circles. We need action. Okay.
And so, from what you said earlier, only 2 people's HUDs have calculated them escape routes.
Correct.
Right. So, at this point, Charles doesn't know that. So, Charles is...
I think we should try to take shelter in the digger and stay in place and hope that Aroma detected the incident and sends the shuttle to rescue us.
Did you not get the escape routes put on your screen?
No. Did they send an escape route?
Yes. Nikki, do you have an escape route to see?
Nikki has her modified data center out, and she's like hitting it. Is it working?
Yep. You smack it a few times, and then it flares to life, and your modified data center still is working, and your HUD is working as well.
It was made by Nano Nokia.
She clicks the record and holds it up. To all my followers, I don't know if you're ever gonna be able to live to see me beat the high score on Real Meat Ninja, but I'm gonna do my best to get out of here.
A rock comes flying like really close to your head.
More rocks falling.
Nikki, what the fuck?
Gothar, words. We use our words, not our rocks.
I said, what the fuck?
After the feeling circle. Okay. No, but
Charles, she's throwing rocks at me now.
No, I know. That's problematic. Maybe that's actually more of an HR circle thing. Oh dear. Well, look. We need to work together. We're all going to get out of this. Okay? This is a bad situation, but we've worked together for more than 9 years now. I know you all more than I know my own children.
That's really sad.
I agree, and I want to go meet them. And we're going to do that together, and I can't wait to go and hold my children and tell them about what good friends that I made here, and how lucky I was to spend 10 years with these people. Can you help me do that?
I vote we follow the map on my screen, but we have to pick. There are different routes available.
Are there really?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, there's different routes.
Okay, well, could you transfer them to my HUD using our review?
Can we do that? Can we transfer them? Okay.
Nano Dropbox.
Yep, they'll be able to translate.
Excellent. Check my nano Dropbox.
There, I've just dragged it in and I have sent the file.
Excellent. Let's have everyone. I'm not the only one who is good at this kind of thing. Is anyone good at navigating or maybe have any survival skills or anything like that? No, me neither. Great. So
Whoa.
I'm good at jumping.
Just give me a second. I smoked my head, guys. Real bad. But yeah, I got some navigation skills, and I for sure have some survival skills.
Oh, wonderful. Dicky. Full of surprises.
Yeah. I just need a little morphine. Hold on, just give me like 2
I
seconds.
don't know if you need...
Yeah, I hit my head pretty hard.
Yeah, that just seems...
Charles, mind your own business.
You're the doctor.
So you're taking morphine.
That feels a lot better. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like you're gonna have to roll some dice.
Okay. Here's the dealio. You have taken, let's be real with me, how many times have you had morphine today? This being the most recent injection.
What time of day is it?
You don't know.
You don't know.
Because it's dark, I think my response here is probably answering your question. 1 too many. We're talking about maybe like 3 or 4.
100 micrograms.
Okay. So, you have injected morphine. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
This is wonderful for you.
That just shows up on
My
your
favorite. My favorite time of day.
Even if it doesn't show up on your HUD, you see it on your HUD. This means 2 things. The first, you are going to be very resilient to things for the next little while. You're not going to feel a lot.
Awesome.
Things will still happen to you.
You are also going to take a penalty dice to any perception-based skills. Correct. So when you roll, you're going to roll another one, and you're going to take the worst of the 2 to anything that relies on your sensory abilities.
Like in the future.
In the future. So for instance, while you're tracking, it's like, hey, can I see a solid way through this portion of this? I can
see a lot of things, and they're really sparkly.
Say, you're seeing a lot right now.
I like
please roll.
that we're trusting our survival to like Hunter S. Thompson or F. Thompson or whatever the fuck his name is. Get up here. This is bad country.
Follow me.
Okay. No, you don't need to roll right now. And your future rolls for the foreseeable future, as you're now on morphine.
When you make critical decisions on the behalf of others, that's when the consequence will hit you.
Yeah, I'm here for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Just doing my best, really.
In the meantime, in the gloom of the void, the extractor on its side be near all of you, you all hear echoing through the chasm a strange that seems to bounce off of all the walls and ride up the strange fumes that are all around you. You don't know if that is the sound of the metal plates of the earth breaking apart, but it seems very out of place.
Thanks for making it this far. So ends part 1 of Tom's one-shot. Part 2 coming shortly. This podcast is edited, mixed, and mastered by me, Brian Gashgarian. All the music in the podcast is composed by me. A huge thank you to Karlyn and Jess for joining us, and to Tom for leading us through such an amazing one-shot. Special thanks, as always, to Alex, Leah, Tom, and Catherine for lending me their talent for this. You can find us on Insta, TikTok, and Twitch at The Stars Aren't All Right, or on Blue Sky at TSAA Pod. You can support us on Patreon at the link in our bio, and chat with us on Discord using that very same link. But, as a reward for making it to the end, I would like to remind you that some species of electric eel can release an electric shock of up to 860 volts. Most of all, thanks to you for listening, and we'll see you next time.